And we are live. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Respect the Craft. This is episode number 168. And I'm joined here by the ruler himself. He is Eran Ashe. What's going on, man?
So, man, it's good to be here finally.
I was gonna say this is a long-awaited episode here, one I've been trying to make happen for a while. So finally, we're able to do it here. But thank you again for joining us. Can't wait to keep it going here. But before I do get into all the questions I do want to ask, I have to ask you this one. Everyone that comes on, you know where it's going. You heard the name of the show. It's called Respect the Craft. So when you hear that term, the craft, what does that mean to you?
There are a lot of people who get into professional wrestling and they're kind of just in it. You know, professional wrestling encompasses a lot of things. You know, you don't have to be the biggest, you don't have to be the most jacked, but you do have to respect your body, take care of it, you know, work out, make sure that it's up to the best of the ability to get in that ring. You got to take pride in your gear, you know, travel the roads, everything. So respecting the craft, it's bringing all those things together and making sure that you're giving the best complete package that you can give as a professional wrestler.
Perfect. There you go. So now let's talk about that. Because again, that respect you have for your craft, what you've done in the business already, it's led you to a pretty great experience recently. You got to have a nice excursion. So let's get into that. Let's talk about what this was to not only get to travel around a European excursion here, getting to be a part of WXW as well as some other great promotions out there. So how was that experience for you? And welcome back, by the way, as well.
Thank you. That experience is really great. It wasn't as much of a culture shock as you would think it would be.
Yeah.
Like even, you know, when we were in Germany, there were a lot of people who still spoke English, so it wasn't that hard. You know, navigating the trains was a little bit rough because, you know, it was in German, but we got to it. It was really great seeing how people across the world, you know, do professional wrestling specifically. It was really good. I learned a lot.
Nice. That's always awesome to hear. And definitely I can imagine especially wrestling wise, that's just a worldwide language there. They're gonna love it, they're gonna react, it's gonna give you a different side of the business. So that's awesome to hear. So let's get into this now. Again, the question usually gets thrown around, what is it that got you to love wrestling? But I always like to ask more of what was it once you did find that love for wrestling itself that made you decide not only you're a fan of this, but I have to get in it. I want to be a wrestler.
So if you talk to my mom, she'll tell you that from like the age of 3, I was like, yeah, I'm a big professional wrestler. Like, I don't remember any of this, obviously, but I keep hearing people say, yeah, you've always said you were going to do this. And I was like, why don't I remember this? Like, I remember having the action figures at a young age, you know, the $1 Million Man plushie. I remember it always being around, but I think innately the idea was I'm always going to do this, but I think it was about maybe early 20s. I decided, all right, I'm going to actually pursue this goal, pursue this dream.
Gotcha. So once you're in it though, what was that for you? What was that moment where it clicked that it's like, you know what, this was the right call. This is truly what I want to do.
Honestly, it was the second I started. So I'm gonna give you a little insider information. So originally I hit up CZW. I'm like, hey, I want to come learn. They're like, hey, come up for a tryout, right? So I had my tryout. So many squats, so many exercises. Literally, when I get home, my legs do not work. It was like, yo, tomorrow's Dojo Wars. You know, you want to keep doing that, show up. Literally, I came to Dojo Wars, sat down in a seat. I couldn't bend my legs because of how many squats I did. So I literally had to sit down straight-legged, and I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I'm here. And been doing it ever since.
There you go. Again, that's the rest is history right there. But that's awesome to hear again, to see one of those moments where it's usually like that. I feel like that's the consensus when I ask this question now. It's usually just that first minute in, because that's how it was for me. The minute I felt that first bump, I was like, you know what? That's it. We're in this.
Can't go back now.
Yeah, it's like that's it. It's just this is where we go now. But no, that's awesome to hear. So let's talk about that though. For you, finding CZW, going in there, joining that, for you, how was that evolution for you to now to the Eran Ashe we see today? From the member of just at one point hanging around with Valor doing that to now we're here with a whole different beast, if you will.
So
Like that. With this picture right here, it's a whole different beast than the first Eran Ashe we saw.
the initial start was rocky. So first day actually training, right? I go to do a dive roll and I catch my arm coming down and I separate my shoulder, right? So I got to go sit out for like a month and a half. It's fine. Still want to do this, showing up every day, still listening to people talk and trying to learn, right? So I finally get back in. Second time, I'm doing a back elbow. I don't know what happened. I think my shoulder and my collarbone bones just kind of just pushed together. Another month and a half out. So I'm like, literally 2 shoulder problems within the first 3 months, and I'm like, no, I'm still coming. I'm still doing this. So that initial start was a little rocky, and then once you get into it and you let the fear go, I mean, that's really all it is. Once you're learning how to be a professional wrestler, it's just fear in your mind. Like most people who get in the ring, they can do this, but there's always the fear that keeps holding them back. So once you get past the fear, then it's just, all right, keep progressing, keep trying new things, get out of your comfort zone. And honestly, that's really all it was for me. The in-ring stuff, it was never hard. It was just getting out of that comfort zone, being okay with being yourself in front of people, and then, started picking up.
Gotcha. So I have to ask that though, with that mindset though, once you're dealing with that, I can imagine at that point it's like you have to almost question yourself: Is this do we continue here? Because it's almost like if it's back to back as well, it's like what pushed you to be like, nah, this isn't the end here. It's like this is just that little speed bump. We're keeping it going.
So honestly, it was all out of spite. I was all out of spite. I was pissed. I was like, listen, you telling me I've only been in that ring a handful of times and this happened? I'm like, no, I'm not letting this be the end of this dream that I have. So honestly, it was all out of spite. I'm getting back and I'm getting to it. Like everybody's like, are you sure? You sure you want to keep doing this? I mean, you just hurt both your shoulders. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Still
Oh,
going.
so it's not even the same. It's okay.
It
That's
wasn't
even
even the
worse.
same shoulder.
I'm
It was
thinking
two
it's
different,
just to make it
two
worse.
different
It's like
shoulders.
you do one. It's like okay, re-injured again. It's the same shoulder, but just a different part. Okay.
Like first, when I did the dive roll, it was this one,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
That's understandable. 300-pound man is diving through the air trying to catch himself.
Yeah.
Something happened, right? All I'm doing, I'm hitting another man. All of a sudden, what happened?
Yeah. It's the crazy thing is that's one of the things I always say. I still feel it was on rolls. One time I had to almost do the Mel Gibson because I just felt it come out of place.
Hmm.
Because it's like yeah, it's
And that's how it usually happens.
yeah,
It's rarely other people hurting you. It's you doing something and then happening to get hurt.
yeah. But no, and again, I'm glad you kept going though, because now we're here. Now we're having this conversation. Now we've seen where it's led you and where it continues to lead you.
Absolutely.
So, and again, that those shoulders are working now because that those lariats you deliver in there once in a blue, it takes
Hey,
people's heads off.
hey, listen,
So,
somebody's got to do it.
hey, this is what it does. So let's talk about that now though. For you, when it comes to finding a style, finding what it is that's gonna define you in that ring presence, who were some people you were looking up to? Who were some people you were watching and studying to get you to fully find the ruler here?
Well, I mean, of course, you got the classics. You got Vader. You got Bam Bam. But I when I was coming up, I used to watch a lot of TNA back around 2006, 2010ish era, and I was always constantly looking at Samoa Joe. And I was like, all right, this is a guy who's kind of similar to me build wise, and he's also very quick and agile. Like people look at me and they might be surprised at how fast I can actually move. So I was looking more to that kind of side, to figure out how I wanted to build my in ring style. And honestly, it was just, I mean, when you're this big, you can't not hit hard. So that was always going to be a part of it.
Gotcha. Oh, definitely. And here we go. We got Anthony Gamble in the chat again, giving eyes. I, 2 days in a row, he's trying to start some problems.
Yo, don't do that, Gamble. Don't do that.
This is
Don't do
this.
that. Listen, we're gonna talk later. It's fine.
There you go. Again, this is we're trying to keep it simple here, like I said in the post, because I was warned a little bit. I was told maybe be careful because you have some certain ways. You're a little
Oh,
you're a little destructive in there.
listen. Me and him are good. We plotting. So gotta
Oh,
Got to keep it under wraps.
got you. I got you. I got you. There you go. So let's get into this now. Let's start talking. Like we said, we got into CZW. Now you've been one of the mainstays as well in the combat zone. But let's talk a little bit about this. There was a matchup that I feel like truly a while back. There was that test. It was that truly to show not only are you one of the people at CZW, but you are one of truly the men representing and carrying that flag there. When a match like this got thrown your way.
Hmm.
So can you talk to us a little bit about what this felt and what this meant to go in there with JD Drake?
That match actually it meant a lot. It raised my game a lot. JD's been all around, been multiple promotions, countries, TV. So getting to test myself against him was a wake up call in a sense. When you're wrestling guys that you've come up with, it's easy to feel a certain way. But when you got a guy who's been around and rightfully so, it's a different thing.
Gotcha. And here we go. I want to say I think you know definitely who this person is, but you move so fast and agile. It's annoying and impressive.
Yes, you've told me that many times. Look, I'm over here wearing your shirt, showing love.
There you go.
What are you
Like
doing?
you gotta love just a little bickering there. That's all. That's all.
Always.
But it was a double sided compliment there. It's a compliment, but then it's like, hey, it's a little annoying. But hey, this is what's bringing you. It's a match like that. It showed that two big guys going in there. They're both crazy agile, crazy aggressive in there, but it's bringing results. It shows you something because I can imagine a match like that is what leads you to something like this as well. Again, to be a part of the best of the best. So before we get into being a part of it, what was it to be just to be announced as a member of the best of the best there?
So I've been with CZW coming up 6 years now. So I've seen multiple tournaments. I've watched old ones back. So to be able to call myself one of the best of the best and to be in that tournament, it means a lot. It's kind of a validation. It's also halfway, kind of a slight. For months and months, I was number one ranked wrestler, right? Why am I not the champion already? Why even hold a tournament to crown a world champion when you already have me here?
Got you. Okay, because I was like, wait, it's how is it the slight there when it's something where it's
It
it's a
means a lot.
prestigious tournament?
It
Yes.
means a lot.
Yeah.
But also, I've already proven I'm the best. So what are we doing here?
Okay. So is that also so let's get into this now. Because in that tournament, round one, you're going in there against two men that have held multiple championships, two current world champions at this point as well, and Alex Kane and O'Shea Edwards. And that leads to not even a few weeks ago, now an attack on O'Shea Edwards. Can you explain what's going on here? Was that necessary? Was this something where are we going with this?
Well, I mean, if I wanted to do it, it's necessary, right? But let's start here. You got best of the best.
Yeah.
The two other biggest men in that match, they're with me, right? That's fine. You want to have a hoss match. That's great. I challenge anybody, pull up best of the best and watch it. One man versus two. I was whooping their asses whole time. But I got eliminated. But it took not one man, but two men. And as you mentioned, one of those men, current world champion now, right? So what does that say about me? Yeah, I didn't get the W. That's fine. But it took two of the biggest men to eliminate me. And then on top of that, one of them wants to come in and try to claim CZW, the brand that I've rebuilt. So you want to talk about an attack on O'Shea Edwards? Of course there was an attack. One reason and one reason only. Thought it was going to be easy. You thought it was sweet over here. All I did was show you that it wasn't.
Well, again, I had to ask because it's like we see again a match like that, a tournament like that. It's prestigious. It had its glory, and again, you've continued to have that destructive path. You're showing to be one of the best in CZW. But again, a fight like that, why not just call out O'Shea for a match? Why not have it be something like that instead of the after he already went through a grueling match that night. Why the attack?
I mean, if I wanted to get a match with O'Shea, I could get a match with him. That wasn't the point.
Okay.
I wanted to send a message.
Gotcha.
Listen, CZW belongs to Eran Ashe. I've proven time and time and again I can do what I want when I want. He had to learn that. So that match, that'll come when I want it to come. Right now, he got his message.
There you go. And I think it definitely came loud and clear. If you guys haven't already, go check out CZW on Premier Streaming Network. You can catch as well that same tournament, the best of the best. Go see that. Also see all of CZW's catalog on there as well. More events coming up as well. And then again, definitely go check out all of Eran Ashe's work because why wouldn't you? That's one of the premier right there. So let's see. Oh, here we go. We got a question here. Speaking of plotting, you got any plans for Mag Zero?
I mean, listen, if any wonderful promoter out there wants to book a match between myself and Max Zero, I am 100% down to keep hitting him over and over and over. Somebody just got to book it.
Again, if anyone's listening out there, any promoters out there, money's being waiting to be made right there. But speaking of matches that are happening, though, I've been given some information. Shout out to the good friends at Guts and Glory Pro Wrestling. They have given me here to announce your match coming up August 31st. So on August 31st at Mecca Mania, it will be Eran Ashe going head to head with Christian Robinson. So your thoughts going into that one and finding out who your opponent is right here.
I mean, me and Christian are no strangers to each other, coming up, doing dojo wars together week after week. So, I mean, I've added things to my game. I'm sure he's added things to his. So, we're just going to see who leveled up.
There you go. Again, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you get your tickets. Again, it's a Thursday show. A little different right there, but hey, go out, check out Guts and Glory Pro Wrestling and see the great show they have right there. But let's now from that. We talked about matches that have happened, matches that are happening in the future. But now let's go into if we could talk about who's on Eran Ashe's hit list here. If you could choose a name that you want to get in there with next, outside of O'Shea, we know that's coming. That's already, you sent your message there. That target's out there. But who else is on that list of next up for you?
I'm not gonna lie. People continuously ask me, who does Eran Ashe want to wrestle? And any and everybody. It really doesn't matter to me. But if there's one name that you're gonna ask me, I'm gonna throw out while I can. Minoru Suzuki. I really much enjoy his brand of violence, so I want to see how my brand stacks up to his.
There you go. That would be a violent match to see that clash of styles in there, that clash of just rugged fight. There you go.
I'm trying to get that match while I can.
Hey, let's again, anyone listening out there, what we're gonna do, like we always do, we'll make the little template graphic. We'll put it out there. You never know. So we'll do one of those to see what the the wrestling gods would give us. But there is one match I want to throw out there because I feel like it needs to happen as well. Because I know he's definitely a fan of yours, and I can imagine. Again, we talked about your lariat. I know he might want to give you one of his. How about an Eran Ashe versus Monster Mac match?
Yes. Let's do it. We tag teamed. He's given me great advice on my journey. So let's do it, Mac.
There you go. No, I definitely know. I know he's definitely been a big fan of yours. Every time I've talked with Theo, it's always talking about just seeing how impressive you are in that ring, outside of the ring. So I definitely I would love to see just to see again, have that new school, old school style in there and see what can happen.
Absolutely.
But then again, a match like that, a match like you said with Minoru Suzuki would be amazing. And then again, there's so many options as well. So many just different clashes of style that could happen, different house fights that could happen. And you never know what else could be thrown at you. So there you go.
Listen, don't sleep on it either. Like I said, when I've been training, I know many different styles. So not just house fights over here.
Well, that's not the best news for your opponents because they might expect one thing and then you get in there and you don't know what could happen.
Absolutely.
You don't know what could happen in there. Again, now he's all good now. Shoulders are good. His rolls are good. Never know. You might see a big man pull out some lucha. You never know.
Listen, in some circles, my nickname is Big Luch.
There you go.
Just because you haven't seen me throw a Hurricane Rana doesn't mean I can't.
Well then, there you go. So let's throw this one out there because we'll give a shout out to Gino though he's tried to cause some issues lately. He threw out this as well a week ago on another podcast when we talked about again a person you might know very well, Sammy Chaos. You're wearing the merch right there about
Mm-hmm.
a certain title shot she has available, and the thought of maybe a tag title match happening because she does have whenever. So would that be something that entices you if the
Listen,
opportunity came?
listen. Gino may start trouble, but sometimes we're here. She won an opportunity for any championship. She might need a partner. All I'm gonna say is she chooses so they better watch out.
Now that again would be a destructive team. But again, to anyone at Battle Club Pro and the Fallout, I guess have eyes behind your back because you never know. But let's go about this now. You talked about places you've been, places you're going. For you, what is on your radar now as well? Is there a promotion you're looking at to make your name, or maybe even not even just here in the States? Also, you already did one excursion. Is the next already being planned as well?
I'm definitely trying to map out exactly how I want to do my next excursion outside of the U.S. Whether it's Mexico, whether it's Japan, the place I really want to go. I mean, but any and every promotion wants to bring me in, I'm down for it. I'm starting to look to the more major indie promotions. The MLWs, the Limitless, the Beyonds. Trying to get my foot in the door there. I mean, you just got to keep beating that door down. So honestly, like this is honestly the goal right before the pandemic. I had an opportunity to go to Canada, but unfortunately that fell through because the world shut down. So I'm really just trying to get that momentum back. Because right before it happened, things started to really pick up, and now I'm just trying to get that ball rolling once again. Honestly, you just got to keep beating that pavement.
Gotcha. And again, maybe again, timing is everything. Who knows? Maybe at that point, maybe it wasn't meant to be. Now we're here, a whole different person in here. Like you said, now you have more experience to it. Now you have this whole European excursion as well. That's
Mm-hmm.
brought some opportunities, different tutelage there. So you never know. Now it could be an even better used opportunity if it does come again.
Absolutely,
So
definitely a more violent Eran Ashe.
well then again that's one of the things the pandemic definitely gave you time to just sit on that anger, so it's now unfortunately for your opponents that's what's coming. 2 years of just it festering and building up.
Not even just pandemic. I would say, when you're out in the real world, you can't just go around suplexing a guy because he gives you a look, right? So all the things I'm not able to do when I'm out in the world, I can do in the professional wrestling ring. So when I get a chance to let loose, sorry.
Oh then again, this is what happens. This is what happens if you piss off. Don't get on Aaron Ash's bad side because this is what happens. So shout out to my boy Toe. He might owe you some 7% of footage that's still yet to be seen. So he might not be on your good side right now. He owed you 7%.
I mean, listen,
But again, this is what it is. This is what shows though just what creates the Aaron Nash we see in that ring. What we see as the ruler here. What continues to dominate not only CZW but any promotion you do step into the ring. So that's the best thing. So let's talk about that though. When it comes to the idea of in that ring, when it comes to just the presence of Aaron Ash, again, does that come from what you've seen, or is this just who you want to be in there?
I mean, you take certain things from certain people. I would say what I try to take most is just how people own the ring. When I'm in there, when I'm in control, that's my time. I'm I'm showing you what I can do. I'm showing you who I am, and I'm showing you why I deserve to be here. So honestly, I haven't really taken many things from people. Just overall, in the grand scheme, I've just learned how people control the time that they're given, and that's what I try to do myself.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense. And again, it's one of those where it's a little bit of just the inspirations instead of the full just okay, this is that, this is that, this is that. It's just like no, this is the little notes that now create who we see in there. So that's always great to see. So when it comes to that though, let's talk about this again. You said it, or at least people can say since the age of 3, that wrestling goal was there. So seeing from that to what we see today, would you believe you would be doing what you're doing right now?
I think so. If you told young me what I was doing now, I think you'd be like, well, of course we would. I said we are gonna do it, so we're doing it, right?
Yeah,
Um, it's kind of surreal sometimes, when you're in front of people, especially those bigger crowds, and they start making that noise, and all you did was just walk to the ring. Then you start to feel a little more, the the grandness of what you're actually doing. Then you start to feel it, and then it's like, wow, I'm really doing this. So sometimes it'll hit you in that little split second, and then you come back to reality and realize you got to beat somebody up.
gotcha. Again, it gives you that switch almost. That's like okay, here we are, and now it's like, well, good luck to this guy. So here we go. We got another question here. They're saying, "How did you end up in a team called the Bold and the Beauty?" Was this the thing here? The Bold and the Beautiful here?
All right. First of all, you're testing my memory because that's maybe like 4.5 years. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that is the team of myself and Layla Hirsch.
Okay.
And I believe this was for, it's escaping me what we did this for, but so it was her and I tag teaming, right? We were against the Rep and the Sea Stars.
Okay.
All right. So, what would you think a team like that would come out to?
I I can't even think what would work for that a pairing like that.
We came out to the Titanic theme song. Now, you're picturing in your mind, right? You're hearing it, right?
I'm just trying to think how the entrance would go, and I'm expecting just
Listen. I got on the second rope. She got on the second rope. What do you think happened next?
I, I, I'm expecting you to pick her up, but why do I feel like that's not what happened?
Not at all.
Of course not.
It was I was the rose in the situation, and you know what? I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
Oh man, I hope someone has this footage. Please, if anyone that's listening to this has that footage somewhere, we need this. We need this played.
I'm only okay with it because we commence to just beating people up as we should.
Of course, of course. Once again, it's you and Layla Hirsch. Why not? But again, shout out to Layla Hirsch as well doing her thing in All Elite Wrestling. So it's always awesome. Oh, here we go. We got Matt also in the chat. He's clapping it up for you there. There he says, "Aaron, you're a great man for that." Oh.
I mean, the footage probably exists somewhere.
Again, we need to see this. We need to see this footage. If anyone has it, please just send it out. We need to we'll do the side by side. Just you explain the story with the footage. Just show someone send us this way, just so we know this is. Oh man, the fact someone remembered this story from 4 years.
Oh, and by the way, let me just say, our tag team finish from that match has been replicated many times. We see you. We did it better.
Well then, again, this is why we need someone find this. Someone find this footage, please. But so let's that actually brings me to this then. With all the partners you've had, because again, you've had some combinations. Who has been your favorite when you're not doing your destruction alone? Who's been your favorite tag team partner in
there? So if I don't say Sammy Chaos, I might get beat up.
Okay, so to take away the heat from you, Sammy, I'm asking him unbiasedly who has been his favorite tag team partner. I'll take the heat. It's on me now.
I'm gonna put her to the side because she's special, and we've only had a handful of tag matches, right?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, we're probably gonna have to go Anthony Bennett because we've had far more matches together, and he's probably the only one. See, we both operate at a level of petty that just can't be explained. If you see us at a show together, don't bother asking what we're doing. We're talking trash, plain and simple. So probably Bennett.
She was not a fan of me putting that.
Don't give me
Again,
the eye roll. Don't.
again, I didn't do this. My apologies. I was like, let's because we knew what the obvious answer would be, but we want to find out outside of that for just to. But again, no, man,
you're in a different category. It doesn't count.
I don't want to die. I was just trying to get to the answers here. This is. I guess I'll be dying soon. It's okay. I had to throw that out there because the other day, again, like I do sometimes, I decided to do some fantasy booking. And one team that I feel like we need to see more of, because I saw it once at shout out to Outlaw Wrestling. I feel like you and Chris Seaton need to do some more matches. Someone needs to book that.
That was definitely a good match.
Yeah. Which Ash, don't break up the team that I'm booking together. Like
listen, I'm not breaking anything up. I just need somebody to book it.
No. I'm saying the other Ash that commented saying, "Why was this the team instead of another team?" I'm like, because we're trying to book something here. We're trying to get more people to see this. Like, you know what? That would work. But there we go. See now Sammy's doing something here. I'm searching for this label.
It's not on the internet. It's in a hard drive somewhere.
Oh no. You hate that answer because that's usually what leads to someone lost the hard drive. Because that's I've accidentally done that a few times.
Sometimes you just take a hard drive and you just decide not to plug it in.
This is unfortunately what happens sometimes. Here we go. We got Mr. Black in the building here. Oh my God, still got beef with you when you knocked me out of Battle Club. Wait, did that happen? Did you attack Mr. Black?
Listen, I'm smiling because it was hilarious, obviously. But listen, I had a match with young Bam. Had to show him the levels to this, right? So, obviously I'm doing my thing, as I do, right? Mr. Black, he decided to put his hands on me, and the match was over, so that was a terrible idea.
Yeah, again, we're giving you the warning now. Like we've already said, don't.
I want to know is you saw that entire match. You were the referee of that match, and you decided that putting your hands on me was a smart idea. That's not even my fault at that point. Stop holding grudges.
If you guys haven't already, go check out Battle Club X. The whole first season is available on YouTube, where you can see again. This you could judge it for yourself. Was Eran in the wrong for that? I feel like he wasn't, though. Because, again, we're giving him the warning. You already know how he is when he's in that squared circle. Why would you get involved in this?
Listen, of all the things that I do, people will look back and say, well, he wasn't wrong.
So
I keep telling y'all what it is, and y'all just don't listen.
You got to listen to the man. And here we go. See, John's fixing my question for me. That way I don't get killed here. Who is your favorite partner after Sammy? There you go.
There we go.
See, that's how I need to ask it so I don't die. So there we go. That works now. Now we're good. Now no one dies. Hopefully. Well, again, whoever's your next opponent, they're probably gonna end up. But again, outside of that, I'll be safe at least for now. As long as I keep asking the questions here civilly. That's how we want to keep it.
That's all.
This is what we're trying to do here. Again, I've seen what you've done. I respect what you've done. So we're trying to keep it civil here. So again, we can keep doing these. We can keep doing conversations and have more. So we could have next time when you're holding that CZW title, we could do a part 2 to this.
Absolutely.
So
listen, every time we do an interview, I want to have more and more belts. Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want them all.
There you go. We'll just do it every time you win one. That's it. It's just another strap right there. That's it.
Just a wall full of gold. You can't even see me.
Yeah. At one point, it's just like, oh, okay, Eran, are you still there? I just see belts. Okay, I think I saw something move. I think he's there. But there you go. Sammy's not a fan of the footage not being out there. Just saying, damn it. And we tried. We tried saying the footage was out there, but someone would probably have it. If not, it would just be the memory. It'll be the memory that apparently some people know about.
So if somebody has cell phone footage, put it on the internet. I give you permission.
There you go. So again, someone needs this. Whoever, maybe someone that also that was involved in it had someone record. Please, I hope someone had this match recorded. Just like, hey, just record my match for me. Gotcha. And then someone kept it 4 years later. Because that's the thing too. This is so long ago. Ah, the travesty of it. But hey, it's all good. But again, Aaron, I do want to start wrapping this up because I don't want to take up much more of your time here. A busy guy, a lot of things to go. So let's get into one final question before I end it here as well. When it comes to that, you talked about it earlier with the respect to the craft, just everything you do to prepare for it, getting into top quality shape. I want to talk for you. What is it about just your workouts as well? When it comes to, if anyone that definitely follows you as well sees the insane just lifts that you do, the amount of weight you're putting on. For you, how important is that when it comes to just the full circle of all this in the business?
Well, I mean, a lot of my offense is based on picking a human being up and
Yeah,
tossing them around. So, I mean, you definitely got to be in the gym lifting the heavy weights. Just to make sure you have longevity, you also want to throw in, some mobility, some different types of work, based on the various situations. Wrestling is very explosive, so you don't just want to be stagnant. It's cool if I can lift 500 pounds, but if the 500 pounds is moving, what am I going to do with it, right? So, I mean, lifting heavy is definitely important. It's not something that I'll probably change anytime soon, but it's incorporating those other movements, those other stretches, lifts, just to make sure you're really good. And then, of course, the one thing that we all hate is cardio. I mean, when I set my mind to it, it's definitely easier, but just getting in that mindset to just be on a treadmill, stair stepper for 30 minutes, it takes a little work, but honestly, once you get like going and in momentum, you just don't stop.
gotcha. Oh, definitely. Again, seeing what you've done in there, a lot of times I'm just like, how? Which again, we've seen you lift a ton of just dead weight. So
Hmm.
to see you lift that kind of weight just in the gym, it's like that's again, that's just a feat that's insane. Again,
Absolutely.
keep doing it. Insane to see.
And
But
for all those people out there, if fitness is something seems like a tall task to you, first of all, starts in the kitchen, right? Make sure you got a eating plan. It's not loaded with a lot of junk food. Make sure it's something sustainable that so when you finally get in the gym, you have that exercise and then it's actually being put to good use.
there you go. Again, this is wise words here for a man that definitely is putting in that work, like we said. So,
Definitely a
oh,
lot of trial and error.
here we go. Now he's throwing out another question here. Can you hang in the gym with Vinny Telota? Oh, there you go.
First of all, I don't know why this question would even be asked. Can he hang with me? No, he can't.
There you go. See, now we're gonna reword your question because that wasn't the right question to ask there, man.
It
That's
really wasn't. Like,
so.
why would you even bring him up? This is my interview.
I,
Stop it.
again, this wasn't my question. This is just in the
Stop it,
comments, so
John. Stop it.
I gotta show the comments here. So, but before I do let you go, one final question here for Eran Ashe is for you. What is the end goal?
I mean, things change. You never know what may happen in the future. I'd say from your childhood perspective, WWE was always the goal, still a goal, but you never know where life takes you. You never know what even may be a possibility in the coming years. So honestly, whatever whatever allows me to be a full-time professional wrestler, making money to support a family, support myself, it's all I can ask for. I would love for it to be the WWE. I'm working on things, putting that work in every day in the ring in the gym. But whatever allows me to be the best professional wrestler I can be and to make a living at that, I can't ask for much more.
Oh, and again, different options. Never know where it can take you, but we love to see it. And we keep supporting you here. Which, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you're following Eran on all of his social media. Follow him there on Instagram, Eran_Ashe. Follow him on Twitter as well, or X now. I got to fix that. But
Listen, it's
at
still
Eran
Twitter
Ashe
to
one.
us. It's
So
still Twitter to us. It's fine.
at this point, I'm just gonna keep putting Twitter because it's like we know what we're talking about. So go follow him there. Make sure you're following all of his social. Continue to support. Again, bigger and better things coming as well, and more
Look for me on
excursions
Pro
as
Wrestling
well.
Tees also.
Oh, there you go. Go
All
support.
the
Make
people
sure you
saying they
buy
want to buy a
those.
shirt, you know where it is.
There you go. So go buy those
I would
t-shirts.
tell you to buy Sammy Chaos merch, but she sold out, so you got to wait for her to get more.
That's a good problem to have, though. There you
It
go.
really is.
But there you go. Again, when she's at a show, though, make sure you go to the merch table, get some stickers, get some buttons, get whatever she has at the table. Make
Support
sure
the
you're
family.
buying. So there you go. But guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, respect the craft, and we'll see you guys on the next one.